Stacking up losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. I feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly, I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate.
What's going on, guys? Flux Performance, and we are back here in the shop after a long and exhausting weekend of racing, which we got our ass kicked. Yep, just like that. We got our ass kicked. The car was having trouble. Some suspension stuff, shocks here and there. So long story short, it was a badass race. We were racing in the $100,000 shootout, and we got our asses handed to us in third round. So hey, at least we tried. There's a lot of badass cars, a lot of badass racing. As you saw in my previous video, there was even a $100,000 grudge race on one of the rounds. So needless to say, a lot of fast cars there. But we're here in the shop, and we've got some parts for this truck right here, which we've got everything put together. And let me show you what we got. Yeah, we got a nice set of wheels for the back, 24 by 15s with a badass, what kind of tire is this? It is a 405 2324. So there you have it. So this thing had a set of 22s, but they were looking kind of iffy and the tire was not the right one. So customer said, you know what, go ahead and order me a new set of 24 by 15s, and here we are. I went ahead and called el compa Beto from On The Gas, told him, hey, this is what I need some wheels since you are the intro guy. And sure enough, he made it happen, and here we are. We got a set of badass wheels. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my cookies from Mater off and put these badass wheels. But in the meantime, we did some work. You remember this pink truck right here, 6.2, and it's got a Magnuson supercharger and all that good stuff. So customer wanted a forged motor. So needless to say, I went ahead and picked up a aluminum forged short block, and we did a swap on it, and it is ready to go. All I gotta do is put it back in a dyno and retune it. That's about it. And remember, guys, the front brakes on this truck, that they have sent us the wrong parts, but here we are. We've got some more Willwood stuff. Looks to be the right stuff. So what this was, it is a C4 front suspension. There's obviously 2 years, which is 85 through 87 C4, which is this kit right here, and the one that I had ordered was 88 through 96 C4. So obviously it was a wrong brake package. So called up Willwood, talked to them, told them what the issue was, and they said go ahead and send it back to us. And they actually overnighted back the correct ones for us at no charge whatsoever. They actually also took care of the restocking fee, which normally is 15%. When you're talking about a $3,000 set of brakes, it's quite a bit. So they took care of the restocking fee, they took care of the overnight, and here we are today, and we're gonna go ahead and start installing them in the C10. All I gotta do is put the front brakes on, do the rear wheels, and then this thing is off to the dyno as well for tuning. So I did swap out the gauges, put some Dakota Digital, nice gauges. Damn it. Clock, everything works. Got Holly. So this thing makes it look, I wish they were like orange or something like that, but they sent me a set of blue ones, which is no big deal. We're also working on this bad boy right here. If you remember correctly, if you saw Beto's blogs on West Texas, they went ahead and chunked a rod out. Basically the rod exited the shaft. Said no more, I am done. I don't want to be abused no more, and said I'm out. Obviously, the oil pump on this thing, it's got a dry sump. So the oil pump belt actually came off. How? Well, I mean, it's hard to say. Obviously, he didn't notice it, and he went in the burn-up pit. And if you know, these things, they're buzzing the limiter. And, well, with no oil, ain't nothing good's gonna happen. So it actually junked the rod or rods out of the block. There is a big old freaking window. That's what happens when you have no oil going to the motor. So this is a 370 cubic inch, just a 6.0 block, nothing fancy. I mean, it's got a good rod. Well, actually it had a good rod and piston package. Had a good crank in it and stuff like that. Some ported heads, you know, nothing too fancy. I mean, but just, you know, some good parts in it. And it was working very, very well, but obviously, you know, with no oil, it actually junked the rod. So we got a Texas Speed 408 now with a set of PRC heads, crank, rod, and piston package. And obviously, as you can see, we've got the dry sump, which is the Aviate. We've got the Aviate oil pan. We just got another one overnighted because we needed this thing. And obviously, a brand new set of heads, gaskets, Trunion rocker kit, roller rocker kit from Texas Speed and Performance. Big shout out to them guys. So they actually took care of Beto on this deal, and they went ahead and sent the whole package, camshaft, heads, block, you name it, every single thing. Right now we're in the process of actually removing one and installing the other one so we can put back this bad boy right here. Now this thing only makes about 10 pounds of boost because of the pulley combination that we got. And it also never really goes into wide open throttle. You can see that is all it goes. So it's got about halfway. That's the way we got it. That's the way actually I have it set up. So and it really doesn't need to go full throttle because this thing with, you know, half throttle, it does everything that needs to be done. For the moment, that's where we're at right now. We're getting all these stuff done. I believe he does have a show in Washington, and I think this truck is going to be there as well. So that's why we are busting ass and basically getting everything put together. We made sure that we had all the parts first before we tear into it, and we still needed some parts that we forgot, but we got them taken care of. But for the most part, we're gonna go ahead and get this stuff put together, get in there, and possibly tomorrow get this bad boy fired back up and making some noise, so I can go ahead and plug the computer to it and actually make some changes and get it back in burnout mode. Well, let's go ahead and change some wheels on the orange truck because it's looking mighty shitty right now. It looks like it missed leg day. So let's go ahead and do that. There you go. So just like they say, no matter how bad of a vehicle you got or how ugly it is, a nice looking set of wheels will always make it better. Check this out. Nice 24 by 15 in the back and 22 by 9 in the front. Made a world of a difference. Nice stands, way better stands. Para que miren que esta madre está bien pesada. No nomás es de chile me otra. Pesa como 100, no, pesa más. ¿Cuánto pesa, güey, esa madre, güey? ¿Qué, güey? ¿Qué pesar? ¿Algunas 150? No, unas 100 libras. 100 libras todo completo, maybe. Te estoy diciendo, güey. No fucking comment. Shit. ¿Te vas a subir para acá para arriba? Hay que brincar el de esa madre por arriba. Más águila con los pinches dedos acá atrás. ¿Dónde estás allá enfrente?
Ahí estoy yo más o menos.
No, we need to go that way. We need to go that way. Oh, estábamos arriba del tubo. So, aquí es donde va a estar lo bueno. Por eso dije echarle grasa. Luego aceitito. Para que resbale. This thing is super damn heavy. It looks cool. Badass. But if you're working alone, to put that thing on, you can't. You either gotta use that to put it on. It is a pain in the ass. Like I said, it looks all badass and everything, but it's a bunch of work. End result, hey, makes a lot of noise, looks killer, but a lot of people don't see what goes behind it whenever you swap it out or put it on or all this kind of stuff. Especially when you're barely putting it on, as you've seen before, the way I've got the whole firewall cut out for it. Well, imagine putting it on, marking it, taking it back off, and repeating that same process 6-7 times until you actually get everything to fit, and then before you actually bolt it on. So it is a bunch of work, but you know, for the most part, it does look badass, and it does what it needs to do. Got a guard now for the belt. I put a guard for the belt because last time the dry sump belt actually flew off. Somehow it came off. So I went ahead and did a 4.5 inch cover that I did with a hose saw, and then I bolted it in the front so that way the belt, if it wants to move, it'll basically hit it and it won't slide off. ¿Ves? Tiene chingo de espacio por atrás para meter la mano. Nomás le conecto la madre esa y ya le corro para enfrente, por abajo del intake. Y le conecto el cam sensor. Almost ready for Beto to be doing some more burnouts. I know he likes this. He likes this truck. He likes it because it's real loud. No, le dije, para acá no estoy viendo. Dijo, acá tenemos el agua hasta el pescuezo. Y luego estaba hablando con él, güey. Y luego se le cortó el teléfono y me habló para atrás. Le dije, güey, que yo pensé que te habías ahogado. Le dije, yo pensé que te habías ahogado, güey. We'll fire it up tomorrow, but ya ahorita ya nomás finalize a couple little things. Ponerle la banda. And make sure the belt's tight. Put the radiator, put the water hose. And then get some oil on it tomorrow. I gotta make 2 lines for the dry sump. Obviously those fucked up, so I gotta make them tomorrow. I'll crawl underneath and I'll make those lines to length, fill it up with oil, prime it, and then we'll be able to fire it up. So y'all stay tuned for that. Okay, so we got everything done on the C10, the front brakes, rear brakes. All the wiring is done. Everything is 100%, so right now it's already time to get this thing on a dyno and start making some pulls on it. Basically clean up the tune and then see how much power it's putting down, how much boost, and so forth. baby steps at a time. You can't just go ahead and floor it and expect it to everything work great. So we did a little short pull just to kind of get the fueling right and everything, cruising. And when you hit the throttle 100%, and then make sure that it actually has enough fuel and not be lean while you're trying to make a full rib. So baby steps, baby steps. We'll make a full pull in a bit. Let's make one last pull on this thing. The last pull you saw was the first pull that I did, and in between I've done maybe 8 or 9 pulls. But of course I'm not gonna bore you with just a bunch of pulls while I'm getting everything lined up. So everything seems to be doing fine. So let's go ahead and make one last pull. Truck is pretty much done, only for the exception that the starter now sounds like it's seen better days. So tomorrow I'm gonna go ahead and get a new starter, put on that thing, because that one seems like it's definitely giving out. Just sounds so fucked up and real crappy. So we'll get that changed up tomorrow, and then this thing is ready to get basically cleaned up and detailed, and ready for the customer to pick it up. All right guys, what's going on? And today we are finishing up Big Larry. Now yesterday they came and picked up the C10 and the pink truck from the guys over from Florida, from Jack's Troqueando, and everything was great on them. They really liked those vehicles the way they came out. The C10 with the big block, the Pro Charge stuff, just completely different. Sounded badass and actually worked really well. But we've also been working on Big Larry, as you guys know that it actually chunked the rods. So we actually put a new motor in it. Shout out to the guys over at Texas Speed. They went ahead and got Beto a complete short block 408, PRC heads, blower camshaft, basically everything that goes in between with it. Lifters, push rods, gaskets, studs, you name it, every single thing. So we got it all put together, and I got it fired up last night. Checked for leaks, make sure everything was good. And today I probably am gonna make a couple of dyno pulls with it, make some noise, and possibly check the front brakes, because there's something going on with the front brakes. They seem to kind of get stuck all the time. It's already got new calipers, it's got new master cylinder, it's got new rubber lines, new rotors, and just about almost every single thing. And they seem to still every once in a while kind of stay stuck. Possibly there's a problem with one of the main hard lines or something of that sort. We're probably going to take those off, blow the lines out. Maybe it's got some debris, some trash over the years, some rust, corrosion, you never know. So we'll get that done, and then like I said, we'll get it on the dyno, we'll make some pulls. And because I believe Beto's also bringing his other red truck today, because they went ahead and upgraded the cylinder heads on it, the intake manifold, and a couple other things from the guys over at Frankenstein, if I'm not mistaken. Obviously I had already tuned that truck before, but with the new addition of the heads, intake, and all that kind of stuff, well, we got to put it back in a dyno and give it a couple of pulls so we can go ahead and get that thing back where it needs to be. We're gonna go ahead and finish up this puppy right here, and then we are gonna start on another project that we got, which is a 67 C10. We're gonna start taking it apart today, and basically I have got a mountain of parts for this thing. Definitely it's gonna be badass. I've got wheels, I've got disc brake conversion, I've got lowering kit, front suspension, rear, everything. I've got interior, which obviously at the moment it ain't got nothing. I've got all window tracks, I've got window seals, door rubbers, and basically every single thing just about for it. So like I said, we're gonna go ahead and take that thing apart, start tearing into it, and I'm gonna show you a sneak peek of the seat. Got this badass original seat for it. So it's definitely obviously gonna look really, really badass. So I've got mounting parts here, wheels, suspension stuff, shocks, whatnot, brake deals and calipers and all kinds of crap. But yeah, that's what we got going on this week, finishing up a couple of projects and stuff, because we are going to be heading over to Tacos y Trocas over in Georgia. So we got a couple days before we actually head out. We gotta clean Mater up, and but yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Y'all stay tuned on what we got going on for the C10 over there. Definitely it's gonna be a pretty nice truck though once we're done with it. But that's gonna be it for this video. Like I said, I hope you like it, and comment down below, let us know what you think about the projects going on here, what you like about them, what you think about the C10. I think it was badass, and just about almost everything that we got going on. So we'll catch you up on the next one.